It's been a successful start to our time with Haas, with points in every race, but the bill for making new car parts is starting to add up. Hi folks, and welcome to episode 8 of F2 Champions Only with Haas. We're gearing up for round 8, the Spanish Grand Prix, but we cannot progress to Barcelona because we're missing some car parts, and it's suspension on both cars because we picked up damage in Monaco, collisions with Pierre Gasly for Felipe Drugovich, and bizarrely, having watched the footage back, there was no contact between Hulkenberg and Stroll when the red flag came. Yet Hulkenberg damaged the side pods and the suspension. So go figure with that one. Nice one, F1 manager. But that means we need to emergency manufacture some more parts. We already have suspension in manufacture, but because we need them right now, we've got no choice. We've got $86 million of our cost cap remaining. We've got we will have $86 million of the cost cap remaining because we've got $25 million in this. It will leave us with $23 million actual cash in our pockets. So there they go. Magically made, banged onto the car. I mean, we could do this with a whole raft of other things to basically make the car faster, but we're not going to spend ridiculous amounts of money right now to just get a short-term benefit, which it kind of is, because we're not seriously going to catch Mercedes, are we? Unless they have a sudden downturn in form, or we basically attach a rocket ship to the car. We're pulling away from Alpine, which is our true fight. AlphaTauri and McLaren have only got a point each, so they're scrapping over teeny tiny crumbs, and we're just scrapping over large crumbs with Alpine. Well, that said, we have finished 6th in Imola recently, and in the previous race we finished, I think it was 8th, wasn't it, with Hulkenberg. Where's the result? Yeah, P8. We probably should have finished 5th. So today in Barcelona, let's have a look what's important on the car. Medium speed and top speed, not things we're actually particularly good at. So maybe this is where the points streak comes to an end. I mean, as they say, all good things must come to an end. So yeah, it had to stop somewhere, but that's not going to stop us trying to get some points, and that's going to start by setting up the car well, making sure the drivers are confident. Talking of the drivers, there has been some development updates. We should have a look at that. Felipe Drugovich now rated 75. He's improved on his braking, his overtaking and his defending, so that's good news. Nico Hulkenberg's learned how to corner better, but that's about it. He is, of course, 35 years old. We're not going to get much improvement out of him, but while he continues to deliver the points for us, I see no reason to change. He's got 2 years on his contract, so this year and next year. At the moment, looks like we'll keep Drugovich and Hulkenberg, but if someone else, maybe better than Hulk, becomes available, maybe we go with them because we'll get a bit more longevity out of them. But that's for another time, for later in the season. Let's go to the Spanish Grand Prix and get ourselves ready to race. Gearing up for our final efforts in Q2. We are 15th and 11th after our first runs were on a heavily worn set of soft tyres, which had actually done 2 runs in qualifying 1. For reference, we finished that session 11th and 12th, so we might not quite make it into Q2. However, we will possibly gain a couple of positions because Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso have 5-place grid penalties, or at least a form of grid penalties. I'm assuming it's 5 places. So if we get into Q3, we should gain off of at least one of those. Hulkenberg is improving in both sectors. Drugovich not improving in the middle sector of this final effort. Drugovich stays 15th. Hulkenberg goes 7th. Solid effort from the Hulk. Checkered flag is about to drop. Let's see how things play out. Hamilton should do a better lap. That's Ocon going ahead of us. I don't think Ricciardo will have enough to bump us out. So I think we're safe because Drugovich isn't on a lap. Ricciardo isn't either. Hamilton's setting a personal best. So we are through, barring any weirdness. Hamilton actually doesn't make it through. Drugovich 15th. Sad times. But even sadder times for Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes, only 11th. Starting our only real effort in Q3 with Hulkenberg. We're currently P6, just a quarter of a second off pole position, but we're not improving in the first sector. Sergio Perez has currently got the top spot. Gasly's in third. That I don't like. We need to do something about that. We need to do a personal best sector here, please. We do. That's helpful. We can find just a tenth of a second. We'll get ahead of Gasly. Coming around the final corner then. What can we achieve? Charles Leclerc is the car behind us. He'll be going for pole position. Hulkenberg stays 6th. Drops to 7th as Leclerc does take pole position. Alonso, is he on a lap? No. So we won't benefit from him. We should benefit from Verstappen. But Gasly will be 3rd on the grid. And Ocon will be right behind us because Verstappen and Alonso, of course, have grid penalties. But still, P6 on the grid. We can work with that. We can do something special. Let's see if we can continue our points scoring run. It's not actually a P6 start for Hulkenberg. It's P7 because I think it might have been Carlos Sainz went quicker than us just after I clicked stop recording on OBS. So, yeah, we're not P6. We are P7. Drugovich 15th. Hard, medium, medium for Drugovich because I want his tyres to hold up. We're probably going to be in a bit of traffic. So I want tyres that we can push on that will essentially take the heat. Also, you've got the air temperature, you've got the track layout. It's going to put stress through the tyres. I want tyres that are going to do the job. And a similar sort of thinking pattern with Hulkenberg. Start on mediums, go to hards, but finish on the softs when we're at our lightest. I have taken some fuel out just to lighten the load, pun intended. And yeah, the only difficulty is that Spain's a tricky track to recover the fuel on, but hopefully we'll be able to do that towards the middle end of the race. So I think we're all set. Let's do a motor race. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights in sunny Spain. The lights are out. The race is on. It took a while to go out. Let's hop on board with Hulkenberg. That's a hard tyre shod Mercedes of George Russell next to us. Lewis Hamilton's actually behind us. Where's Alonso in all of this? He is 12th, Verstappen 11th, or 10th now. What's Drugovich up to? He is moving into 14th. Good job from the Brazilian there. Hulkenberg's actually got himself, he stayed 7th. Thought he'd moved up a position, but that's fine. Gasly, annoyingly, is 3rd. I don't like that. Can Carlos overtake him, please? Hulkenberg 6th. How did he manage that? Completely missed that because I was too busy shouting at the Alpine for being out of position. Here we go. Into Hamilton and Rosberg. He's just sent it. He loves overtaking George Russell. This is nuts. Do you remember back to Baku where he just couldn't stop overtaking the man from King's Lynn? Fabulous move. Love that. We are putting an awful lot of pressure on Lance Stroll. That's not an overtaking spot. But Hulkenberg has made it one. Turn 9, Camps corner in Spain is simply not an overtaking spot. Look at that. Round the outside, yes, we're on better tyres. Stroll's on hards, we're on mediums, but that still takes an awful lot of courage. Absolutely stunning overtake. Hulkenberg, though, in an Alpine sandwich. Not something you thought you'd see in 2024, is it? Haas and Alpine in the top 6. Well, even Alpine troubling the top 6. But here we go with Nico Hulkenberg. Let's jump on board as we fly past for P4. We're 4th in this race. There's me thinking our point streak was going to come to an end. Yes, Verstappen and Alonso are... Well, there's Verstappen. They're going to probably come through. But we're 4th in this race. This is nuts. Going fine at the moment with Hulk. Drugovich can't find a way past Tsunoda. We're going to deploy this battery that we've got saved up with him and just go normal on the fuel. See if we can find a way past the AlphaTauri. His race is kind of being muddied at the moment and we need to find a way to fix it. That's a way to fix it. Make an overtake. Good job, Felipe. Big fan of that. We're approaching our pit stop, our first stop of the day, and we're continuing to be in 4th spot. Well, we're promoted to 4th because Leclerc has pitted. We're now going to be 3rd because Sainz is in the pit lane as well. We might even be 2nd if we can find a way past Alpine's Esteban Ocon. Verstappen still behind us. Is he on? He's on mediums, and yeah, they're all roughly around the same amount of wear. So we're very much in this fight right now, but you give that Red Bull some free air and it will disappear. Real chance for top 5 here today, and honestly, having looked at the car analysis screen, I didn't expect that. Verstappen follows us in, so we might even be ahead of the Red Bull. What's he going on to? That looked like a set of soft tyres going on it. It is, and we've been held, so we are now behind the Red Bull. So bye-bye Verstappen. We won't see him until the end of the race. We come out in P12. Drogovic now 9th, but yet to stop. Ocon now into the pit lane. Let's see what he is going on to. A set of hards for the Alpine. I think we're just going to be... Oh, we've undercut him. Brilliant. And Drogovic is going to be... Where's Drogovic? Oh, we're following him. Alonso's locked up. I saw the yellow flags. There is Alonso off the circuit. And we are just ahead of Ocon then. That is great news. Russell hasn't stopped. Stroll's going in. Verstappen and Sainz are on hards. We're under pressure here from Ocon. I don't really like it. We're going to lose the position. That's unfortunate, but we'll stick with him and we'll pounce towards the end, I'm sure. Disappointingly, Ocon has just taken off on his hard tyres. His pace has been sensational. He's actually just passed Lewis Hamilton. What was our lap time there? 17.8. Ocon with a 17.1. Drogovic scrapping away with the Audi of Bottas. Are we going to find a way through? We've got DRS, and here comes the Brazilian down the inside at a circuit where he's won 3 times, I think, in Formula 2. He knows his way around the circuit to Barcelona, Catalonia, and he put it to good use there to gain a position. It's just got a little bit worse for us because this is Pierre Gasly coming through on a set of mediums. Hard tyres are not the ones to be on right now. Yeah, a lot of drivers who started on hards are now starting to come back at us. A little bit of pain, and we drop to P8. Russell is now right on our tail as well, and I'm sure he'll be finding a way past in the not too distant future. 24 laps to go in this race. The final sets of stops have begun. Sainz and Verstappen, the first drivers to come in. George Russell did get past us, which wasn't a surprise, but we've managed to stay with him. He's kind of dragging us towards Gasly. Ocon's pace has fallen away as well. He's been pushing on his hards, and they're almost as used as ours are. Gasly also pushing on the mediums. So we took a bit of pain earlier. It might just start to come back towards us. We've got a virtual safety car. Pierre Gasly has crashed and is out of the race. So this is going to give us essentially a free pit stop. Here he is crashing at turn 4, all on his own, and this is a major error from the Frenchman, losing it mid-corner, finding the barriers, swearing on the team radio. We'll have none of that on this channel. And it comes on our optimal pit stop lap, so we can just save the fuel. We'll conserve the tyres. And this should gain us a massive amount of time. Ocon's in, so it benefits him and Russell. Will we pop out just ahead of Hamilton? Where is he? He's coming around the final 2 corners. We're not even at the pit stop box yet. Slick work from the pit crew. Hamilton has gone past, and we rejoin in P8. And everybody's on soft tyres. So, yeah, not too bad, I suppose. And we can ease the tyres in and then go for it towards the end. 10 laps to go, and we simply don't have the pace to hang with the Mercedes or the Alpine. Alpine seems pretty good around medium speed circuits. Maybe they have good top speed as well, because that was important for this race too. But we're nearly 4 seconds at drift of Russell. Stroll, is he catching us? He's kind of... Well, he's actually slower that time, around half a second. So we're kind of in P8. That's our bread and butter now, it seems. We finish P8 with Hulkenberg. Drugovich isn't going to do any better than 12th, I would say, unless... Well, he might catch Tsunoda. He might grab P11. He is a lap down. Let's deploy that battery, see if we can catch the AlphaTauri. We've not pushed on our tyres as much as the Mercedes and Ocon have. So actually, we could come back towards them. I think we're closing the gap. Maybe just watch this space. I'll come back to you with 5 laps to go and show you where we're at. Well, here we are with 6 laps to go. And in DRS zone, on DRS range of Lewis Hamilton. He had a mistake. He ran wide a few laps ago. His tyres are also older than ours. So we might be able to find a way through with DRS. Maybe here. Hamilton's challenging his teammate. Russell's actually killed his tyres too. So Mercedes are not doing a good job on tyres. Hulkenberg is looking for a way through and finding it. Hulkenberg into P7. And there's a definite chance, well, Drugovich is doing the same. He's overtaken Tsunoda. Actually, this is just a little bit further round the circuit. There you go. He's followed Verstappen through. Tsunoda had to get out of the way for blue flags. And Drugovich has just gone, thanks, I'll have the space. And the position. We're on lap 65. We've got a yellow flag. It's not Drugovich doing something silly, is it? Perez has had a spin. Was he the race leader? No, I think he just lost the lead, but he was trying to claim it back and he's spun an awful long way off the circuit. How he's recovered from there, I'm not sure. But we are approaching the final lap. Hulkenberg loves overtaking George Russell, doesn't he? So why don't we do it again and make it for P6 in this race? Drugovich is not quite close enough to Ricciardo. We're going to give it everything we can. Hulkenberg, though, we're not finding a way through. We're going to harvest for the first part of this lap. Make sure we've got plenty of battery. And then we're just going to send it. There we go. Right, Hulkenberg. High overtake aggression, please. And he might even do it around the outside of turn 5. Not a normal overtaking place, but he did one through turn 9 earlier. Hulkenberg to P6 as Charles Leclerc wins the race. And we're going to finish ahead of both Mercs. Which is just, I did not expect this. Drugovich falls short of his quest for points. But Hulkenberg's about to bag 8 of them. What's Ocon doing? He's just stroking it home. And we are going to secure the bag for P6. Brilliant from Nico Hulkenberg. Another fabulous result. That's 8 races and 8 points scoring finishes. And this is our best so far, I would say. We kind of lucked in to P6 in Imola, where we really should have had a P5, to be honest. But yeah, P6. Great stuff. And I did say, as I said earlier, if we could have finished ahead of Ocon, we would have finished 5th. So I wasn't wrong there. We just didn't. But P6, still very good points. Alpine only gained 2 on us. Great stuff. And there's the man of the hour, Nico Hulkenberg, clambering out of his car and celebrating. Actually, it's in front of the podium. He's not got a podium yet. It's just what Nico Hulkenberg does. He's allergic to the podium, but he's not allergic to scoring very valuable points for midfield F1 teams. Esteban Ocon does beat us by 4.5 seconds, but a very good afternoon's work for Hulkenberg. He is now 9th with 29 points in the Drivers' Championship, 8 points ahead of Ocon. Gasly only has 6 points and Drugovich has 5, so Gasly needs to up his game. In the Constructors, we dropped 2 points to Alpine, but we're still comfortably ahead for now. But if Alpine have more races like they did today, really they should have scored big points with both cars. And if Gasly hadn't crashed, they would have probably gone ahead of us, I would imagine. But he did crash and we profited. So this makes me very, very happy. When I phone Gene Haas later, I'll be telling him we are a bunch of legends. Well, that was an exciting race, wasn't it? Make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on the video for me. Make sure you subscribe for more F1 Manager content with Haas and join in the live streams later this weekend. I'll see you next time. You're the best fans. Bye for now.